is that time in every YouTuber's career where they decide that they're going to do a RimWorld video. I put a decent amount of time into RimWorld, almost 900 hours. That's nothing super crazy compared to the true super hardcore fans, but I've never done a decent, well-crafted, story-based playthrough on stream or on video. That changes today. So I wondered what would happen if I emulated some of the people I really look up to and did myself a little generations run. So I'm going to take you through the scenario and introduce you to the characters. There'll be a timestamp on the screen about now, and that'll tell you where to go if you don't really care about any of the preamble and you just want to get into the action. And here they are. So let's introduce you to the gang. So we have Dr. Mordo, Professor Yessy, Red, Medusa, Jimbob, and Daisy-Sue. So most of these are custom races, with the exception of Professor Yessy, who is an elf. Dr. Mordo, you know, he's nothing super special in terms of his pure abilities, but his medical and intellectual are off the chart, as you would expect from a mad scientist. He's a psychopath, again, as you would expect from a mad scientist. He's straight, abrasive, and eccentric. He has a couple of different things. That shouldn't say baseliner. That should say, hold on a second, you didn't see nothing. There we go. There he is, Dr. Mordo. He has changed. He starts off as a baseliner. He's changed his own genome so much he is now considerably classed as a completely separate xenotype. But this is RimWorld. That is not something that is outside the realm of possibility. So he's added a few different things to his own genome. It looks like a lot, but this is perfectly balanced overall. Now, we'll come back to that first one in a second, but he has a dangerous raid presence. He is a wanted man, after all. You know, anyone around here is going to focus in quite heavily on him. He's got pretty poor survival instincts. As a lab geek, he's not particularly set up for roughing it, but he's boosted his immune system. He was never the most athletic person in the world, a slow runner. There is some unintentional side effects from his experimentation that he hasn't had the time to clean up just yet. But yeah, he's a slow runner. He's unstable psychic sensitivity, so that will change on his genetic line going down over the years, so that may increase or decrease. We'll have to see what comes out. He's irascible, you know, which just kind of basically means that he's more likely to be like fight or be violent. He's kind of a stubborn and rude person, and this much has been codified into his DNA. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, you'll have to ask Dr. Mordo about that one. Likewise, he's unruly. He does have a very high libido. His overall goal is to completely replace all of society with his own progeny, because Dr. Mordo believes he is the greatest person ever to live. But other than that, generally, nothing else is super duper special there. You know, he's a quick study. He's obviously bad at the manual labor stuff, but great medical, great intellectual. And overall, he's going to have a pretty long lifespan there. Oh, by the way, I have increased the age gain factor for absolutely everyone by about 4 times. So we should see during the process of this series, you know, a lot more you know, generations of people, because, you know, it's a generation campaign. We've got to see some actual generations happening. Professor Yessy is Dr. Mordo's right-hand elf. Great intellectual, pretty decent in social, where Dr. Mordo was not. She spent a lot of her time fending off many of the people who were, you know, intending to have a little peek at his lab and see what Dr. Mordo was up to. She's, you know, a little bit artistic. She has a passion for it, but again, not a huge amount of skill there. Great crafter there as well. You know, kind of average animals, cooking, melee, stuff that you would expect. You know, for an elf, she's not that bad. And if you're unfamiliar with elves, they're not particularly special. Their greatest trait is ageless, obviously. So any of his any of the children who do pick that up, like them, will be immune from the ravages of time. You know, they will never die to old age. And then we have Red, who is a brute. He is essentially only good at fighting in general. He's not actually too bad at construction and crafting. That's some of his earlier life bleeding through. As you'll notice, everyone of the 4 subjects that Dr. Mordo has escaped to this world with, they're all the same age. They're all 18 and 8 days old. And they are all abductees. So they all have the basic stats of an abductee. The rest really comes from their genes and all that. So he's thick-skinned, straight, psychically deaf. He has creepy breathing, and he is a masochist. Brutes, again, perfectly balanced, but you know, a little bit thing. They have acidic blood, which is very much in their like part of their purpose. You know, they are built to fight and defend. So if you manage to wound one, then you know, the ground itself and the area around you should become as much of a hazard. Slow diseases again, fast wound healing. There is a genetic instability in their genes, which will affect them health-wise over time. How that will manifest, we're still yet to see. Quite a bit of time will have to pass for that to happen. Again, psychically deaf, they don't do too well in the heat. They slow down, but they're aggressive and wild. Generally, these guys are built to fight, as well as their bullhorns, which are quite interesting. You know, adds them some additional DPS in melee combat, which is like 16 stab damage there as well. Good at shooting, good at melee. Pretty much awful at all of the other stuff that you know, you would hope that they would be able to do. Same story with Red. Oh, I've got to fix her too. So someone can fill me in the chat how I avoid that problem, because I thought I'd saved everything, but I guess not. So she's quite interesting as well. You know, she's has a few more skills than Red does. She's groundbreaker, pessimist, submissive, straight, psychically deaf, creepy breathing, and masochist. Again, I pressed the dice and rolled a few times until stuff came out, and then edited from there. I didn't add any of these things in super specific. I just felt that oh wait, I left her with test subject. That works as well. So he's escaped from capture, and they've really only managed to take with them what's in their emergency supplies and a couple precious items. So he has taken the gene bank and the gene archives. Unfortunately, he was unable to carry any of the genes that he's had managed to procure over the years, but this is his dream, to rebuild that, and that's what we're really aiming for. We're gonna push these guys down a generation until Dr. Mordo or his descendants have finished his mighty work and created the super being that he had always dreamed of. And we'll find out a little bit more about that, and we'll also let the gameplay shape how this society changes and grows over time. So let's get to it. Red, carry this. Medusa, carry this. Dr. Yessy, here's that. Jimbob. So I've a lot of this was not, again, part of it is narrative driven, part of it is thematically driven. So I imagined that there would be a couple of decent weapons in the escape ship that they had commandeered. But generally, most of it would be non-lethal, because they wouldn't want to be leaving too many arms and armaments kicking about for any old person to use. Then I want you to keep that as a sidearm. What's the other one? Not entirely sure, but we'll come back to that one. So let's get thinking about a base and what we're gonna do. So I quite like take a look at this map actually. We've got a hardy waxed grand steel. That's weird. As well as a lamp outdoors. Okay, also weird. Is this just an ancient danger out in the? Let's see. I'm gonna walk him up next to it and see whether it warns me. There's not a lot of stone on this map. Like, I can see myself completely clear cutting all of that. Okay, well, this could be bad. This could be the end of the run immediately. Hey, Red, where are you? Why aren't you here? Do you know what? You guys should get over here too. Just in case. Oh, you have no shooting skill? Dr. Mordo's incapable of violence. Right. Okay. Well, that's going to be an issue. Yes, indeed. Okay, so, well, Dr. Mordo, you... I'm going to put you back here. Let's see what kind of ancient danger this is. Oh, that's easy enough. It's just, just insectoids. Oh, no, you two get back. Okay, 1, 2. Hey, we might have a home already. Let's melee attack that to death. I don't want to open these just yet. Healer mech serum. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let's get everyone undrafted. And this is where we're going to start. I generally prefer to be more in the middle of the map, but maybe this is too big of a gift to avoid. So yeah, we're gonna start here. I'm a little bit concerned about that Luciferian, but it's okay. Oh, we've got a relationship happening. Cool. Do I need all of those? Okay, because I'd never actually used the blueprint tool before. Wait, that's wrong. Yeah. Oh, that angle is definitely going to annoy some people. Eventually. Oh well. Constructed roof. Okay, cool. New lovers. Okay, so who got together? Medusa and Red. And then Daisy-Sue and Jimbob. Oh shit, that worked out brilliantly. Whoever's in here is going to get a cooking. You pay attention to that. And it's permanent summer, so it's not even as if that's going to be... Okay, what benefits have I got from having a hot room? None. I can't think of any. So I'm going to take the... Oh, maybe... No, 48 degrees is way too warm. So let's take the roof off this one. And this can be sort of like a little mini garden. I also didn't realize I'd picked somewhere that's permanent summer. I just looked for the formations on the map that I wanted, not that. That's a bit of an issue. Oh, this place is kind of crap for trees. I may have picked somewhere terrible. Need a real source. We've still got 134 package survival meals. That's a problem for later. Do you know what? I don't think this is going to work, really. No, partly because of this that's going on here, and then also partly because, well, this goes over the edge of the water, and then it is open to the elements because, you know, here is this bridge that has gone in there, and I'd have to build foundations and stuff to try and build over it. It's a poor lake, so let's get rid of it. Well, let's make sure we take off the roof first. Because Lord knows I always forget that. And then you get shit collapsing on yourself. Why do I have all these bones already? Do I not have... Am I at near... Oh, God. Where am I at for research? Okay. So we're in Neolithic, really. We've got the first step. Ah, I thought I set it to medieval, but I guess he's got to relearn everything from scratch. It seems all of his research and studies are in genetics, super practical levels. He doesn't know how to create anything. He's always bought what is needed from off the shelf. The theory of some ideas is there, but anything that wasn't gene related, Dr. Mordo never really thought about. So yeah. Animal transport pod, what is it? Metallivore? The fuck is a metallivore? Oh, it's got a whole load of tentacles. Repulsive creatures genetically modified to fill a very specific niche, eating metals. The writhing tentacles of this animal's mouth secrete an organic substance capable of quickly rusting and dissolving most common metals, turning them into small flakes that serve as sustenance for the metallivore. They prefer small chunks of metal since they can more easily be digested. But then they'll resort to digging into rocks in search for new metal if they can find none available. Presumably they were created to get rid of scrap metal, but they're mostly found in the wild now. I can't imagine any use in the world I would have for that. No, my metal. You can't have it. In fact, you landed like right outside my door. It's basically begging me to rescue it. And I'm just going to say no. I mean, we could build the rest out of steel. I don't really want to use steel for that, but I do have a decent amount of it. A cold snap. Look, I just planted my first crop. Don't start with me. But I guess that's a real blow for poor old Dr. Mordo. You know, finding that he simply doesn't know how to do anything. Poor fella is for heal roots to go bad, so you know, grabbing a couple now isn't going to hurt us too much overall. Fair. Daisy-Sue and Dr. Mordo. Dr. Mordo, you can't. You can't. Not with one of your experiments. Really? Crash together, chit-chat, hardworking versus lazy, physically stunning. Well, he is very good looking. And he has a comforting scent, apparently. Well, oh dear. Daisy-Sue is infertile. Wait, what? 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 Someone explain to me how Daisy-Sue has sometimes there we go. because the idea of Daisy-Sue having, well, actually, I suppose it is possible. Daisy-Sue could be trans, but I don't think that's how they were designed, because Daisy-Sue is an artificial being created by Dr. Mordo. Well, I suppose the backstory is that they were taken and then remade in his image, which is why they all count as the same age, even though some of them have different chronological ages. Yes. So Dr. Mordo definitely would encourage them to have children, so he has more of his own, of his progeny, potentially, to go along. I would have thought Dr. Mordo and Professor Yessy, Professor Yessy, sorry, would have got together, but surprisingly no. Dr. Mordo, why are you sweeping? Yeah, I'm not even going to change their sleeping assignments because I do not approve of this. No, I should. We gotta follow the story, follow the RP. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on inside these because it feels like we got a ticking time bomb inside of our base. Okay. So we've got to think of a name for this place. Any suggestions you have, just toss them out to me in the comments. For now, I'm just gonna go with something temporary. Dr. Mordo's research team. If I could spell. I just have bad hands. And this place will be research site beta. Research site beta for now. Yeah, but if there's anything cool that comes to mind, then you know, do throw me a suggestion. Oh, hello, is that lunch? What are you? A waste ball? Oh no, you belong to the Eastern Republic. Okay, that's fine. We won't do anything with you. Wait a second. Do I want to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. If 3 have ancient super soldiers in there in recon or cataphract armor with high-tech weapons, they'll absolutely shred through all my people. If all 6 have people in them, they will shred through my people. If there's 2, I could take it. If there's 1, easily, maybe. Because I do have combat evolved on as well. I'm not going to risk it just yet. I'm going to let these time bombs sit for now. Medusa is pregnant? Whoa, hot dog. And I thought I gave them... Oh no, I didn't mess with their fertility. It's just a little bit lower. Daisy-Sue is also pregnant. So many babbies. We could celebrate that with some cave paintings. Art-wise. Anyone who's halfway... No. That'll be aspirational then. Be something maybe we'll create in the future. Dr. Mordo, you can move back there. I guess you get to stay with Daisy-Sue, considering... Oh, hang on a second. I didn't check to see who the daddy was for a sec. Let me quickly just switch these. Who do we think? Is it going to be Dr. Mordo? Is it going to be Daisy? Or is it going to be Jimbob? Jimbob is the father. Okay. The experiment has not been ruined so far. Oh, I keep forgetting. I've got all this aquatic stuff. So first thing, well, here's a bathing zone. So some entertainment. And next to that, you can have a fishing zone. And then catch me large fish. And then next to that, here's one growing zone. You can grow taro. Okay, we're just going to grow taro across the entire thing. Oh, no! Deal with this immediately. Get up. Heading towards my field, although this one is not remotely planted. That's the other side. The other side of the river can all burn down for all I care. I do not give a shit. Like all Londoners, I do not give a shit about anything south of the river. Oh, wait, Medusa's pregnant as well. I keep forgetting that. I'm not supposed to put her in harm's way either. Oh, she can't firefight, can she? Well, there was already a distinct lack of wood on this map anyway. Hey, who have I got on plants? Yeah, I'm gonna change this. I need you focused on getting some plants down. We've got to sow that whole area. Has any of it spread outside the home area? Oh no! Fuck this! The actual, like, place is on fire. This is far more important. No, this is far more important. Where are you going? I think we might be able to get away with leaving this one. Okay, yeah, stop and eat. Have a little munch. That's okay. Fuel up. Get your asses back out there. This is a large fire. It actually hurts my eyes to look at. Oh, come on. Not behind me. Oh, this is a big fire. Oh, this is bad. As long as this one doesn't come down quickly, then we'll be okay. Oh, I feel like 2 or 3 fires have joined up here. Is it raining? It sounds like it's raining. But it doesn't. Yes, it's raining. Oh, thank God. Oh, that was something. So Medusa asked Hood to get married and he said no. But why? Ex-lover. Okay, yeah, but that's new, the -15. Crash together, sure. Sky gaze together, sure. Romantic kiss, yep. Kiss, deep talk. Loving afterglow, yep. Got some loving ×3, 17, yep. You rejected their proposal. +1, but you both have creepy breathing. Romance stretch 15, your opinion ×15, relative age range. There's no reason. There's no reason I can see that you would reject his marriage proposal. Heck, you're still sleeping in the same bed. I'm gonna... That would be kind of cruel, actually. I should find them somewhere else to sleep. I guess Red, as you're the dumper, you can find somewhere else to sleep. Sleeping here with Professor Yessy. Dr. Mordo there, just with his pregnant floozy. I'm sorry. I'm not really. I'm just mad. I'm so mad. Like Jimbob and Daisy-Sue got together and it's like, it's perfect. Yes, the experiment will continue. And then immediately afterwards, he just kind of, Dr. Mordo with his swag self comes rolling through, and she's like, "Well, I know who I need." Did I talk about his special ability? Dr. Morbo has a quirk which he embedded. Dr. Mordo, sorry. A little quirk that he embedded in himself. And that is a parasitic stinger, which will implant all of his endogenes, which is what he's got here, into another individual, essentially making a mini, not a full clone of himself, but a child of his own based on him as a single genetic donor. It will absorb some of the genes of the host, but it's only a 25% per gene of taking them. So, for example, if I stabbed Professor Yessy, there's a 25% chance that he gets ageless and cold weakness and elven ears and attractive and so on, all the way down there. The problem with this is not just forced pregnancy via insect means. No, the baby will chew their way out of the chest and will kill the host. It is essentially the same as the xenomorph from Aliens. So it is very much a last resort type thing. You know, he is about to die or die out. He has the ability to sting someone and live on in some way. That's just the kind of scientist so Dr. Mordo is. So I think to slow down a little bit over here at research site beta, but we essentially just need resources and time to pass. In general, I'm kind of mostly just thinking about these children who are about to arrive and hope we're able to feed them and stuff. The solitary night. Domanius Mamalis, a knight of the Empire Possibus, is called for nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped, but he's now being hunted by a man-hunting fisher mouse. The absolutely quintessential basic quest for here. And yes, Dr. Mordo would do, if only just to see this Domanius Mamalis, and to see whether he is worth either harvesting or co-opting, whatever. Since Dr. Mordo is abrasive, he'll demand that the title's privileges be fully respected. Dr. Mordo may refuse to do certain work types or eat low-class food and issue decrees. Another college will probably be more flexible. Do you want to continue? I can't, can I? Because it's Dr. Mordo's thing. Although, would such a wanted man... Hang on, let's think about this. Dr. Mordo, as established in the initial opening, doesn't care about fame or accolades or anything along those lines. No, he doesn't. But you know who might? I think Professor Yessy, always working in Dr. Mordo's shadow, might appreciate his this is perhaps like the silent might not be useful to her. Holy shit. Well, I guess Dr. Mordo is going to take it. Bro, you're wearing a full ass crown. A king's crown. You're only a knight. You're 77. So you go deal with it. Oh wait, is this thing just going to start? Yep. Are they also manhunters? They are not. How many generations do they live? Oh, this is the end. So if they were there first, if they were there second, I might have tamed them all and then kind of used them as a source of food. You know, when they get to adults, then you slaughter them, and then they like, poof, here's a load more. I'm gonna let them stay on the map. First, second. Oh, there was only one, but I hit it, and then I hit the other one. So it would have been second generation. I almost ended the entire lineage of these fish and mice in one burst. Professor Yessy's pregnant? What? Dr. Mordo? Excuse me? Excuse me? Well, we've not been on this planet very long, and all the women are pregnant. I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it for this episode, and I will see you on the next one. Oh God, why does this always happen to me?